What's up everyone, Vitaly here, and in this video, what I'm going to talk to you about is how many pins should you publish every day to the same URL in order to see growth in Pinterest. Now my answer to that is publish one pin to one board and one URL every 3 days, and I'm going to explain why that's the case, but I want to show you what this actually looks like in real time because I publish a lot of pins every day, but I've been spacing it out more. Before I used to do like 10, 20 pins to the same board and the same URL every single day, and I didn't really see issues with that in terms of Pinterest growth, but I was building up one subject at a time. Then I changed things up. I was spacing it out even more. I would publish 2 pins a day to the same board and same URL, and what I noticed is that my results started picking up. Then I went even spacing it out more and started publishing one URL to the same board every single day, and I started noticing results were growing as well. And now what I do is I publish one pin every 3 days to the same URL. So here's actually what this looks like. So just today, I'm publishing one pin to all these different boards. All of these pins are going to their own different boards and their own different URLs. So this one's going to my Palm Springs one, this one is going to my West Coast road trip one, and by the way, these are all going to different URLs. So is this one, this one, this one, and this one, and so forth. This is continuing. In another 3 days, I will publish more pins that will go to these same boards, but it'll be in 3 days. So why are we doing this? And how do you become productive doing this? Because if you're publishing every 3 days, like what do you do in the other days then? So let's discuss this real quick. The first thing to understand is I am really starting to look at Pinterest as this gigantic garden where there's a lot of places where you can water your plants. And I want you to think about like, hey, you're trying to grow the entire garden. And so you don't want to take the water that you have, which is limited, and kind of focus on one specific area of the garden. You want to space out all the water that you pour in the different places of the garden so everything can grow at once. And so that's kind of like what we're doing here, where we try to build up everything at once by peppering a few pins every few days to different boards and different URLs. Now you may be wondering, like, how in the world am I supposed to stay productive and publish 20 pins a day if I have one pin that I'm publishing to a board and then in 3 days I got to publish another pin to this board? What do I do with, the other 3 days that are there? So here's what I recommend. The first thing is that you should have a lot of content on your website so you can create a lot of pins for them. So I typically recommend that you have at least 20 different blog posts on your website, each targeting popular keywords. You should have boards that also target those keywords in Pinterest, and then you make a lot of pins for those boards. You make 20 of them. 10 image pins, 10 Toby pins, and maybe 2 scout pins, which I talked about in a previous video. And then what you want to do is you want to pepper them out to different boards every single day. So maybe you publish 10 different pins to 10 different boards and 10 different URLs on day 1. On day 2, you go to the next 10 URLs or blog posts that you have, publish to the other 10 boards, to the other 10 URLs. And then on day 3, you publish to the remaining 10 boards, or if you have 30 posts or something, and to the other 10 boards, to the other 10 URLs, and then you work your way back to the original on day 4 and publish those next set or that next batch of URLs to the next board. And that way you have a good flow of pins going to each board, and so you stay productive even though you're spacing out individual pins to individual boards every 3 days. So that's a good way to do it. That's the way I've been doing it, and I've been getting some pretty good results with that, and I'm not the only one that's been seeing that happen. So less is more basically is the message of this video, and if you have any questions about this, let me know. I've seen people ask me about this a lot, so I decided to address that in this video, and I hope it's been made clear. If not, let me know. I'd be happy to answer that. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.